Parents, what if I told you that your young athletes' poor nutrition habits not only affect their performance and recovery, but can also affect the strength and density of their bones and consequently their risk of injuries for the rest of their lives? You see, guys, here's the fact about your young athletes. They need a triple layer of nutrition. First, their little bodies are still growing, and without proper nutrition, they may not achieve their growth potential. Secondly, they need the right nutrition to perform at their best and recover faster so they can do it all over again. And third, their bodies also need the right nutrition to neutralize the excessive buildup of exercise-induced toxins. You see, one of the byproducts of your body producing energy is it also produces dangerous toxins that must be neutralized. So do the math, folks. 2 hours of practice, 3 to 6 days a week. Your body has to produce a massive amount of energy to sustain that level of activity, which means a massive buildup of dangerous toxins. Hello, parents. I'm Dr. Del Millers, author and PhD nutritionist, but most importantly, a parent myself. I have 3 daughters, 2 in middle school and 1 in high school, and they play high school and club volleyball. And believe me, I empathize with you because my girls don't see me as the nutrition expert. They see me as dad. The guy who loves to talk, who says nothing, okay? So I empathize. But today I'm going to share with you 2 very important reasons why it is critical that you lead your young athletes to develop the necessary nutrition habits to allow them to continue to grow, to perform and recover at their best, and as importantly, to neutralize those exercise-induced toxins that can be detrimental to their health, their performance, and how they recover from injuries in the future, okay? And I'm also going to give you a very simple way to do it. So Paris, here's the first of the 2 most important things I want you to get from this video today. And number 1, it is poor nutrition builds poor bones. You see, most people don't understand that, like muscle tissue, bone is also a living tissue. It is not one solid mass. It's a living tissue. And normally, about every 4 months, your young athlete's bone tissue is being broken down and rebuilt just like muscle tissue about every 4 months. And what do you think your body uses to create new bone tissue? Yes, that is right. The foods they eat. So here's the deal, guys. See, from childhood through age 20 is the most critical time in the development of your young athlete's bone density and strength. From childhood through age 20, because by age 20, they have already achieved maximum bone density and strength for life. That's it. It's not going to get any better. And poor nutrition will build porous bones. Good nutritional habits will help to build strong, dense bones, which is what you want. And unfortunately, parents, for most of our young athletes, 1 in 3 will suffer from a stress fracture this year. 1 in 3. That's a lot. That's a lot of people suffering from stress fractures. Girls being the most susceptible. And if your young athlete plays sports like volleyball, basketball, tennis, and gymnastics and other high-impact sports, they're even more susceptible to stress fractures, especially if they have poor nutritional habits. And, here's the deal. If your kids have any aspiration of playing sports in college and beyond, their poor eating habits now could show up as recurring stress fractures later that's hard to heal. So again, keep in mind that poor nutrition will build porous bones. Good nutritional habits will help your kids to build strong, dense bones and minimize stress fractures and recurring stress fractures. By the way, at any point, you can click the link below to download the free ebook that I have for you. However, I would encourage you to stay till the end because I'm going to explain to you how to use it. Now, here's the second thing I want to share with you today. Exercise-induced toxins. Anytime your body has to produce energy, which is like all the time, because there are billions of cells in your body that all need energy, right? It produces these unstable molecules, which acts as toxins in your body. Now, the deal is sports and exercise lead to a 10-fold buildup of these unstable molecules. Why? Because of the enormous demand for energy. Like I said, 2 hours of practice, 3 to 6 days a week, plus all-day competitions. Your body is requiring a massive amount of energy, right, in order to sustain that level of activity. And the end result is a massive buildup of these exercise-induced toxins, which, here's the problem. They must be neutralized, right? Or they create these billions of unstable molecules will just roam around your body, damaging muscle tissue, joints, and organs. And the damage they cause in your body is what we call oxidative stress. So here's the deal, guys. Your body is unable to produce on its own all the antioxidants needed to neutralize these toxins. It just can't produce all the antioxidants necessary. So it relies on us to supply them through our diet. And where do we get these antioxidants? Yes, fruits and vegetables. And what are you kids not eating? Fruits and vegetables. So you see, guys, for athletes, energy production goes into overdrive, which means the buildup of these unstable toxins also go into overdrive. So if they're not eating their fruits and vegetables to get these antioxidants, what happens to all those exercise-induced toxins? Well, they end up damaging their muscle tissue, making it harder to recover, which affects their next practices and competitions. They also damage their joints, leading to knee, elbow, and shoulder pain. They also eventually break down the immune system, leading to frequent illnesses and recurring injuries that don't properly heal. In other words, your young athlete's poor eating habits will eventually keep her on the bench and out of the game. Not exactly what you're paying all the big bucks for, is it? Now, guys, there is a bright side. Years ago, about 7 years ago, I signed my kids up on what was called the Children's Health Study, and they've been using a whole food supplement which has about 33 different fruits, vegetables, and grains, and they get to have that for free on the study. The new program is called Healthy Starts for Families. There's a link in the ebook that you're going to download. So I would encourage you to check that out, because that is something that is vitally important for young athletes. And the fact that they can be on this program and get a whole food supplement that feed their body the level of antioxidants they need, this is critical. And again, let me reiterate, it's free for your young athletes 5 to 25. All right, so here's the final thing I want to share with you. How do you get our young athletes to eat better? How do you get our young athletes to eat better? Simple. You help your young athletes understand that eating better is a part of training. Eating better is a part of training, and it will help them to perform better, recover faster, suffer fewer injuries, and get sick less often, and therefore spend more time playing and less time on the bench. You see, when you put it that way, right, it makes sense to them. So if you, the parent, can accomplish that, you've done your job. And how do you accomplish that? Simple. Education. So parents, remember, kids and teens, well, we know they don't want to be told what to do. So our job is to help them understand why eating better is important to their development as an athlete, and to help them choose how to go about doing so. So the ebook I have for you today, I really developed for my daughters, because they don't listen to me any more than they let your kids listen to you. What I have them do is they read a passage at a time, then we discuss it at the dinner table. And then I get a commitment from them. What one small thing are you willing to commit to this week? What one small change are you willing to make this week? Very important. What one small change are you willing to make this week? You got to get that commitment, because you don't want to change everything all at once. You want to make one small change at a time, something that is doable for them, okay? So click the link, download the ebook, have your young athlete read passages. You guys discuss it together. You read it and discuss it together. Get a commitment from them. What one small change are you willing to commit to this week? And over time, maybe you'll get to where I am with my girls. I made it very clear to them, right? It's our contract. If I'm going to commit all the time, energy, and money it takes to be your Uber, to take you to practice and conditioning and tournaments and everything else, it's time consuming and expensive. And if I'm going to commit myself to that, then you're going to have to commit to, number one, your practice. You're going to have to commit to your training, and you're definitely going to have to commit to eating better. That is my contract with my kids. So if they want me to continue to support them in doing this, then they need to do what it is they need to do to get better and to get good at what they're doing, to be the best athlete they can. Practice, training, eating. That is the commitment I get from my kids, and I hope you'll be able to get the same commitment from yours. Click the link, download the ebook, and I'd love to hear how things are going.